And we are live. Hopefully y'all can hear me. What's up, Larry, Ralph, Swampy's in the house again. Appreciate you guys all being here. Josh. Yeah, thanks, guys. So today we're going to be going over the Cricut Maker 3 and some of the things that it's able to do to help us in when we're custom painting, actually making different kinds of stencils. Here's one I made earlier. Printed that one out. You okay there? We split screen it. All you gotta do is just go like this. And then... There we go. So here's this is what I printed out earlier. But we're gonna kind of go over the Cricut Maker 3. And more importantly, we're gonna go over the program that comes with the Cricut Maker 3, which is called the Design Space app. Which, long story short, what I'm going to show you is how we can take a photo off the internet, off the phone, and be able to connect directly to the Cricut Maker here with the phone. And by using the Design Space software, we're able to create somewhat of a vector of the image, kind of some of the built-in stuff that software has. We're able to use some of that to create these stencils. Once we do that, we just load the stencil paper up. We'll kind of brush a little bit on what kind of stencil paper that I use and some of the other brands maybe that people have used, because not all the vinyl is what you want to use, because some vinyl is not removable, so it could leave some kind of a residue, and that happens all the time. So we'll go over that stuff as well, and we'll kind of implement the stencils that we cut on this panel here. What I did earlier was I painted half of it white, painted the other half black, and we'll go ahead and place maybe the stencil here, one stencil here in the middle. I figured we'd do another one across right here so we can kind of see you know, how we apply those. And we'll also be using the Ghost Pigment Pearl from Limeline. I'll show you how to mix those up. We'll be using purple, and I think we're using purple and red. But that's kind of the reason why I did the half and half here, is because you're going to be able to see what this does on white compared to black. So big difference. This stuff has a really cool effect. It's kind of a ghosting effect. So we'll go ahead and we'll do some graphics up and through here and kind of do a blend with those. And that way you'll be able to see what those pigments look like on both the solid white base and the solid black base. Along with some, we'll implement some of the stencils that we make here with the stencil cutter. So hopefully you guys get a lot out of this video. I'm trying to make these as good as possible so you guys learn as much as you can. But let's go ahead and get started. I'll put this off to the side. So we'll just open this thing up. And I already have it on. So I'll kind of go over, I'll grab my phone real quick. We'll look over some stuff. Okay, so oh, don't want to know my password.
You don't know it, or them?
No, them know it. You know my password.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I know it.
Okay, so first things first is I'm going to go on the internet and just opened up Safari. You can just Google it, Google whatever you want. But I'm going to go ahead and my idea was to, and what people have asked me a lot on, is the Harley Davidson bar and shield logo. So maybe I'll just type in Harley bar and shield. Oh, shield outline. All right, so we'll kind of search through here. Maybe what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and just click straight on the images. Okay, so there's a few that's popping up. I like that one. I think I'll go ahead and use that one right there. This one right here. So I'll click on that image. We'll blow it up. And what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot, open the screenshot up, crop it, and then hit done, and we'll go ahead and just save it to our photos. So swipe out of that. What I'm going to do is, so like we talked a little bit before, the Cricut Maker 3 comes with software, which is really, really helpful. It is called Design Space. If I can find it on here. Where are we at? Let's type this in. So right here. Okay. So that went ahead and pulled up the grid. So basically, this is the sheet. Go into here, and it gives you some different things to choose from. We're going to go ahead and hit upload, and we're going to hit select from our library.
Someone said you can type in SVG and it will help you find stuff to make it easier on you in Design Space.
Yes, that definitely would too. That's going to give you a cleaner image. Yep. Great tip there. Okay, so I went ahead and clicked our image, and it's going to go ahead and prompt if I want to do the automatic background remover. You can do that, but we're going to go ahead and just X out of that. And so there it is. So we pulled up our image in the Design Space app. What I'm going to do is hit the select button here, and we're going to tap the areas that we want to remove. So what we're going to do, I'll get up close here, is I'm going to tap and I'm going to hold down. And you can see that how it gives you that little window, and it's kind of like a magnifying. But that way you can kind of see where your finger's hovering over if you need to do some detail. So we're going to go ahead and snap that and get rid of the bottom. We'll come up over here into the middle. The middle of that, we'll get rid of the center bar. And then last but not least, we will go ahead and, oh, let's try that again. There we go. So now we have all the edges there, and that looks pretty damn clean. That looks really clean. So we're going to hit apply. We're going to decide if this is going to be a cut or a print and cut. So I don't know anything about the print and cut thing, but we're only going to be cutting this. So we're going to hit the cut, have that highlighted, and we're going to go ahead and name this, we'll just HD1. Done. Okay. So that's going to go ahead and throw it into the onto the grid here. Go ahead and highlight that. We can pinch this, kind of zoom it out, and then we're also able to shrink this down. So if you see right here, it'll tell us how big exactly this is going to be. So let's shrink it down a little more. Zoom in a little bit. So let's make this, we'll make it 4.5 inches by 3.78. That looks good. Let's go ahead and take it and slide it up here. All right, that looks great. Let's go ahead and I have that open. We're going to go ahead and swipe, go back into Safari.
Someone asked, does that save in a library that you can go back to?
Yes, it does. So let's type in Harley Davidson script. Let's go back into images here. We'll kind of browse through, see what we can find. Anything that catches our attention. I mean, there's an interesting one right there. I don't know if that would be clean enough to cut that. There's a cool one right there. I like this one right here. Let's go ahead and just click on that one. We'll see if it'll do it good enough. We'll click on that. All right, that image, it's a little bit blurry. Let's see. We'll go ahead and screenshot that. Hit done. Save to photos. Go back into the design space, and we'll go ahead and upload again. So we'll go ahead and do a couple of them here. Select from photo library. We'll click on it. That'll bring it up here. So on this one, we'll go ahead and do the automatic quick background remover. We'll remove the background, see how that does. Oh, that did all right. Looks like there might be a couple of spots like right here that it may have missed. Okay. That looks all right. I mean, we'll see. It's probably not the best image, but we'll see what it does here. Same thing. Let's do HD2 on this. Make sure we just hit the cut only, and we'll upload that. And there it is. So we'll take that, shrink it down. 7 inches. That'd probably be good. It's 7. Oh, that's a little bigger than 7. Let's make that a little smaller. Let's go with like around 6.5 inches wide, because I'll probably place this on the top of the hood. Yeah, maybe we'll even to save the space. And we'll go like that. Yeah, I'm gonna make this just a little bit smaller. Okay. Yep, this one, let's see what size this is again here. They look a little small there. No, 6.5 inches. Okay. All right, so we have those on the grid there. We're gonna hit make it. Gives us a couple of options saying the size of the mat. So gonna give you an idea of the mat. So there is a sticky mat that goes into this, and we use the removable vinyl. The removable vinyl that I recommend to use and what I use is the Oracle 631, and you can pretty much get that in any color. The color really doesn't matter, but the Oracle 631 is going to have the lower tack adhesive that won't leave any kind of residue or anything like that, because I know it's a lot of people's problem, and it wasn't my problem a few different times when I changed to different brands, but this has never failed me. This Oracle's good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pick the 12, even though this is a 12 by 24, we're going to go ahead and just pick the 12 by 12. We're going to pick the 12 by 12. And then we can confirm. That looks good. Let's hit next. So right now it's connecting Bluetooth into the Cricut Maker here. So you're going to want to make sure that you go into your settings into your phone and check the Bluetooth, because that'll be putting out a Bluetooth signal. You're going to want to connect to that. So it took us here. So it looks like it's connected. It's going to give us a few options. One of them being premium vinyl removable matte. So that's what you want. Anything that says vinyl and removable is going to work. So even if it says something a little bit different. A couple other options, acetate, but it's none of those. So we're going to click that. All right. There is a couple of options in here where you can set the pressure different. You can do more, you can do less. So if you cut it once and it doesn't seem to it cut enough, you can always come in here and make it cut a little more. So right when I logged into this button here started flashing, and that's what it's prompting me to do. It's telling me to load up my material, hit that button. That way it can do its first test there. So we'll go ahead and put the phone off to the side. Second.
James has sent you a $10 super chat.
Oh yeah, right on, James. Appreciate that. So okay, like I said, this mat. Let me see if you can see this a little better. This mat is meant to be sticky. It's not very sticky. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of tape. Okay, so yeah, this usually has a tack to it, but has done worn out.
Somebody asked if that sticks less than the Oracle 813 blue.
813?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I couldn't answer that question.
He said that he finds that stuff is pretty sticky.
The blue?
Stencils.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think I might have that right there in that box next to you. You want to see what that is? Or is that not it?
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Huh, I wonder if it is stickier. This is what... This is masking film too, but this stuff is different. It's thinner. I never really liked it. So yeah, I do have it. Don't like it. Okay, so we have this kind of butted up here into the rollers, and you can see it slides right underneath these little tabs. We're going to hit this button here. That's going to feed it in. Goes through its little test to make sure it has clearance. But once it sets up there, the play button is going to start flashing. You hit that and it's ready to go. It looks like it's working.
Somebody says they've washed the mats with soap and water to help the stickiness, which we've done too.
Yeah, we've done that.
It does work.
We probably have done it on this, and it's just beyond.
But yeah, you can buy. I think you can buy a 3-pack of the mats for like $20, I think.
Mm-hmm. Don't get the ones that are extra sticky though. They're too sticky. You literally cannot pull them off without ruining your masking.
Yeah, and the
They're too
mask,
sticky.
yeah, by color is what makes them the stickiness. So I think
Oh, it is. So purple's the stickiest.
It's the super sticky, yeah.
Okay, so it looks like that did that. Oh, I cut right through that tape right there. That might be all right. So we're gonna press this. It's gonna unload it. See that piece of safety tape that I stuck that down with? It cut right through that, but I think we're gonna be okay. Wow, see that cut pretty hard. Like if you look right here, I probably definitely could change the setting on that. Let's take a look at this. That's actually turned out pretty smooth. Yeah, I feel like the pressure, let's see when I pull this off. I feel like the pressure was too hard right there. We could probably could reprint this with a lighter pressure. Oh yeah, it cut right through the backing. So if you ever have that to where you can see it cut, oh, can't even see. See it cut right through the backing there. It's too much. Okay. All right, I think it printed out pretty good. I'll go ahead and move this out of the way. We'll weed this out and we'll get to painting something.
Someone asked if you know if there's a difference between the Cricut Explorer 3 and the Cricut Maker 3.
I know, yes, there is a difference. I would probably spend a little extra. I think it's only $100 more and get the Maker 3. All right, let's get set back up as normal here. Focus. There we go. All right, we'll take our blade here and maybe we'll just trim this out like that. Hey, you get back there. All right, I'll worry about that later. Well, it looks like we lost the dash. Let's see if I can find it. There it is.
Do you know why you prefer your Maker over the Explorer?
Um,
Can you remember the difference in why you chose it?
You know, I to be honest, I don't know enough about the Explorer. I think I did do a little bit of research at the time before I bought it. And the Maker 3, it was faster, it said. And yeah, other than that, I don't know. If it comes with the Design Space, that same software, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't want it. Because really that's the reason that makes this all work. The printing part of it's actually pretty basic. It's that software that's nice. So I don't know. I'd watch a couple videos on it maybe and see how if it runs the same software or not. If it doesn't and it has a different software or a downgraded version of it, I would definitely spend. I think it's only an extra $100 from the Maker 3, from the Explorer to the Maker 3. But yeah, when the Cricut Maker first came out, I thought it was like literally I thought it was just for chicks to make their crafts. And I was like, that ain't. I had like a regular plotter, with it was the program that came with that. I can't even remember what it was called, but it ran off of like a DXF file. And it worked, but once I found this, I was like, holy crap, I should have had this a long time ago. But the fact that you can just make stencils off of images is pretty cool. If you're taking stuff, one thing I have to say, if you're taking images off the internet like we just did, like this image and this image, I mean, to me, I feel like that's fine if you're just going to do it and do it for yourself, and you're doing it as far as like your own work or for your customers' work. But don't try to pull this off of somebody's image online, print a whole bunch out, and try to sell them. That's not like, I feel like that's probably, I feel like even just pulling them off the internet and then doing this is still a little bit of a gray area. But if you're going to try to make money off of them by selling them, just don't do it. Just create your own image. If you draw it out by hand, and then that way at least it's your version. You know, I'd stay away from the Harley Davidson completely, but just make sure the idea is yours if you're going to sell it or whatnot. But this is just to create it for yourself, to do these one-off paint jobs. Maybe you do them different every time. Who knows? Okay. That'll work. That was different than what I was going to do, but that's fine. All right, we're going to bring our panel back into it. You can get these on the Amazon link that's it's in the description. You'll see it in the description. You also see it posted into the comments. These are great for, practice painting, or if you want to display colors, or if you want to display your custom paint. These are under $20. So what I did is I painted half of it black, half of it with white base coat. We're going to go ahead and implement these two stencils. Hopefully that's about the right size. Yeah, that'll work. So I'll put this one down here. Maybe we will gold leaf, or we'll see what time it is. After we go over 2 hours, we start to have a problem with, right? Kind of like last time, we had a problem with the quality of the image.
Yeah.
So definitely want to keep it under 2 hours. So we'll see where we're at that point. This should go pretty fast. But I want to show you how to mix these base coat pigments. They're all mixed the same way. These ones are the ghost pearls. We'll take this out of the package. We'll mix them in with some clear base coat, and we'll spray these out. The way we're able to see what these pigments look like over a white base coat compared to a black base coat, because it's a big difference. It looks completely different. They both look great. This is going to be more of a ghosted effect. It's going to show up a lot more over the black. We'll do a couple of designs up in there around this. See what we can come up with. But yeah, here we go. So let's go ahead and apply these. Start with the bottom one here. Yeah, that cut it pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could have, it kind of really did gouge it out in the corners, but. All right, so, well, this will be easy. We can line that right up. Okay. Well, there's that. That was easy. All right, we got our other one here. Let's go ahead and put that. We're gonna, I don't know. We're gonna put it right across there. That way we're able to see what it looks like all the way through. As a design standpoint, that's not like the greatest looking thing, but we're just here to learn, so. Whoops. Oh, there we go.
Someone said you can use parchment paper in between the decal and the surface to reposition until you're satisfied with the placement. Then stick the side of the decal down, pull out the parchment paper to apply. So you kind of know placement wise because you can see through the paper a little.
Oh, huh. That's a good idea. All right, it's not bad. Looks like a signature. I like it. Okay. Looks good. All right. Let's go ahead and let's make some designs. We're going to take do some 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch? Maybe we'll do 16th inch. We got some 16th here. The nice thing about using the 16th inch as your rather than 1/8 inch, I feel like you can get away with cutting these edges with just the blunt end of it and leaving it kind of squared off. When it's 1/8 inch, I feel like it's too fat and it looks like a mistake. But with, I don't know, I kind of like it better than a sharp point with the 16th inch. Kind of roll that one off that way. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just literally just kind of messing around. See if something looks good. So I'll go ahead and lay the blade down right here and then just pull that tape up to the blade. That way I'm not actually cutting on the surface. I'm just kind of laying it there and pulling the tape up to that point.
Someone said, could you possibly do some rivets on the color change line?
Rivets? Is that what we're looking to do? I could probably do that. Let's see what kind of time we have left, and we might be able to do that. I don't know if it's going to really go along with what we got going on here, but
Someone asked, was the hood base cleared and scuffed?
no, not clear. This is just base coat on here. Good question, but it could be. It could be. Could have been. But there's actually a line here of where the base coat was. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and trim these lines up here. This one I will cut to a point because it is on the inside. Ooh, I wanted that piece. There we go. You see how that kind of is just dipping down in there? This was kind of going around. Let's see if we can fix this. Let's try it again.
Someone said they missed the video. When will it be posted to YouTube?
Which video?
This one. Just come in late.
Oh, it'll be maybe tomorrow. You'll be able to rewatch this live too. So anytime you want to rewatch any of these lives, you can go into my YouTube, go into the past lives. It'll take you into all the. How many do you think we've done? 30 at least. There's a lot. There's a ton. We've been pretty solid on it for like the last 6 months, right? Every week.
Yeah.
We'll kind of do this one to match up with that other side. Close to it.
It's nice to catch the lives.
You can ask questions if you need to, but he says we'll definitely watch. And a lot of people just say thanks for posting so much and helping out.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Trying to keep it going every week. Something going at least. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull this. Let's see.
Someone else asked if it's a kit.
This is not a kit, no. But everything there is on the link, so you can buy it on Amazon. You can pretty much make your own kit. You can buy the hood, the tape, all the paints that we're using today. You can all buy that there. Even the Cricut maker there, it's all there in that Amazon link. You'll see it posted to the top of the comments too, so you can look for it there as well. But yeah, I mean the Cricut Maker 3, I think it's $399. It's just way worth it. You know, if you don't have anything that's cutting stencils for you already, it's probably what I would recommend over anything else.
And your wife can use it too.
Yeah, and your wife can use it too. You make t-shirts.
Buy it for her for Valentine's, but or Christmas or her birthday, but you use it.
Smart. Hey, you smart girl. I like it.
It's better than a damn vacuum.
Yeah, it is. Say, but honey, I bought it for you. Okay, looks like we have something pretty good laid out there. What we'll go ahead and do is we'll tape these up. Let's see. We'll do maybe the red here, and then the purple in these two right there. So we'll go ahead and, well, actually, let's go ahead and let's mix up some paint real quick. So we'll use these little paint saver touch-up bottles. Limeline clear base coat. And we have some urethane reducer in here. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that 1-to-1. So here is that's the purple. Go ahead and we're going to mix up the red first. Here's the red right here. So it comes with 25 grams, which makes up to 12 ounces at full concentration. You can mix it less, you can mix it more if you want. I couldn't imagine mixing it more because that's pretty much full concentration is where you're gonna want to be at. It comes with some filters if you want to use them, and the measuring spoon. So if you look here, the nice thing about this stuff is if you want to mix it up the full thing, you can mix this up 12 ounces. You can mix this container with 12 ounces of sprayable clear base coat. If you don't want to, and you just want to mix up just a couple of ounces, what you do is you use the little spoon, and that's a way to measure it, to put it up in there. So as you can see that this, kind of get an idea of what this looks like. So this is the ghost red pearl. So I don't know if you can see it in the light there, but it does shift to a red, from a clear to a red. So we'll go ahead and take one scoop, and we'll stick it in there. Oh, there's a little bit more here. Okay, there we go. Put the lid back on. Oh yeah, looks good. So we may want to reduce that a little more, but we'll put that off to the side. Cap back on that. And while we're at it, we might as well go ahead and mix up the purple real quick. Once again, the clear base coat.
Someone just said, and somebody, I just want to say, someone asked
About clear base coat wouldn't be used as a final coat And one of the 8 Catan 600 answered no. So I know there's lots of questions on that, and we've talked about you doing like an educational video just to kind of share that info.
Yeah. I think
So
that is a lot of people's holdup.
Yeah, so I think your work that's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on something like that. But it's, you know, just remember a clear base coat is a base coat. Clear coat, which is a top coat, you're gonna have 2 parts. You're gonna have a part A and a part B. So just remember that. It's not going to, if you have a part A, part B, that means it's not going to dry very fast. It's going to be a top coat, or a 2K primer too will also be a 2-part. But obviously you're not getting primer mixed up with clear coat. You get clear base coat mixed up with clear coat. That's reasonable. That happens. But just imagine clear base coat or inner coat clear, whatever you want to call it, binder. Just imagine it as being a clear base coat. And it's going to act the same way. Basically, you're just going to do the same things. This clear base coat is just a carrier for the powder that we're going to be putting in this. All right, there's the purple.
People want some gear.
Yeah, that's not my department.
I know. I told them I need. We talked about it. We need to do
some hoodie action.
Yeah.
Some koozies.
I made some hoodies, but using
You made them with the Cricut Maker.
Yeah, I made some hoodies that we wore to Autorama that we're gonna wear again because it took me forever to make them.
Yeah, you're not making money off of it doing the t-shirts.
But I'm not making them. That's too hard.
That's too much.
Yeah.
But you can.
I know. I just need to look into it and
just
find good quality and do it.
Well, that's one thing is you'll find something good. I know that.
Yeah, I will. Someone asked, after mixing the paint, what's the shelf life after it's mixed?
It kind of depends on how you store it, but I would say, you know, I'm just going to guess really, because it all depends on how you store it and if it's sealed tight. If it's still tight, you're a good 6 months or so, I would say, I would guess. If it's in powder form, it's going to last, you know, long for 10, 15 years or longer.
And how much did you mix up in there?
It's 1 scoop per 1 ounce sprayable. So I mixed up about a scoop, 1 full scoop, even though they were like half scoops. So I'm going to go ahead and mask off what I'm going to keep red here, or actually keep white.
Tina said you should airbrush a hoodie on the next live and then take custom orders.
Airbrush a hoodie? I don't know if I'd be able to do that. But good thinking, Tina. I did airbrush on apparel a couple of times. I just found that the lint that's on it, like the furry lint, it doesn't make the lines very crisp. So you have to be okay with your lines not being like super crispy. Yeah, I did a couple hats. Yeah, I'm over it.
And your shoes. And
yeah, I like painting shoes. I'll paint shoes.
Compliments your shoes that they're painted.
Yeah, I like the shoes. So I am wrong with the apparel. We should do a pair of shoes. next week will be Autorama. We'll be setting up for Autorama. So I might actually go live next Thursday in Salt Lake City.
At Autorama?
Yeah. Depends on the Wi-Fi connection. All right, let's go ahead. That's masked off enough. I feel comfortable enough with that.
Well, I can have a beer there.
Yeah, you can. You can have 10 beers there.
As long as someone drives me home.
I think I might need a ride home. All my stuff's going to be there. Let's see, where did my other... Oh, it's right there. Okay. I think that's the purple.
What colors did you do?
Doing red and purple. All right, let's go ahead and put the red pearl. So we're using the Iwata Neo on Amazon. What was it, $74.99 or something like that? Last time I checked, it actually had a coupon on it. I think it had a coupon. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. All right. So with like airbrushing anything, I like to start with the edges and kind of blend into the center here. So I wouldn't necessarily like just hit this like you could if you wanted to. But I feel like everything's better if it's gradual, like done from the edges and kind of airbrushed in to the center.
Somebody asked if you ever painted a guitar.
Yeah, a couple times. Okay, that's going to be that. Not much there. So we're going to be able to see what that red looks like on the black compared to the white here. Big difference. So this is going to have more of a ghosting kind of effect. You can already see that the red, you can already see that kind of popping up. Oh, what happened? Okay, fixed it. All right, let's do the same thing right here. Both sides.
Someone says they have this on a video on half their screen and the other half is this design space.
Oh, there you go.
And someone said, "Hey Adam, I tried gold leafing for the first time using your sprayable sizing glue and gold leaf. My question is, how long do you usually let the glue flash before you start laying the leaf down?"
Really quick. Only a matter of a couple of minutes. You want to lay it down. Obviously, lay down your coats down thin. But the answer to that question is depends on how heavy and how fast you apply your glue. The glue, you know, it's too early if if you can touch your glue like in a spot right here that's next to where you're going to be leafing, and if it strings up, it's too early, because when you go to spin it, you're going to tear your leafing because the glue is still going to be a little bit wet, and you don't want to trap the glue. It just doesn't really dry once you trap it with that leaf. So you want it to be just tacky, like where it's just tacky enough. Lay it down. Do sections at a time. Don't try to do everything at once. So like if I was to leaf this, I would probably leaf this side and this side, but I wouldn't try to leaf all this at the same time, if that makes sense, because your glue is going to dry too fast. If you do wait too long and your glue's a little bit drier than what you're wanting, just apply another coat. It's as easy as that. And then even if it's a light coat, apply a light coat. Wait a minute or two, and then you're ready to go.
And then someone said, could you add a bit of candy concentrate to these ghosts, and would it still achieve the ghosting effect?
Not really. Not really.
It would on the black.
It would on the black.
On the white, it would
On
not.
the white, it would not.
I mean, the
I
white's
mean, the white's
really going to have the most
of the ghost effect.
This
This is going to have a little bit of a ghosting effect. It'll kind of disappear.
The white will really ghost out.
But
Yeah.
you could put a little candy in that.
Yeah,
on the
someone
back.
said, wow, I thought the black would ghost, not the white. Interesting.
Yeah. And that is the case in some cases.
And you do have different color ghosting, not
Yeah.
just the red and purple.
Oh yeah, I have blue and
Blue
green
and
as well.
green. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember which one of these are red and which one's purple now looking at it. Okay, that one's purple. They're pretty similar, the red and the purple. Okay, purple.
Someone said, will the clear base coat carry the line metal flake, or should you use clear coat?
It will carry the flake, but keep in mind any kind of inner coat or clear base coat mixed with the flake to apply the flake onto your parts, it's going to make a really textured surface that it's going to require more clear coat over the top to be able to sand it and flush it out smooth. Hopefully that makes sense. The reason why I prefer to mix the metal flake straight into the clear coat, top coat, is because it takes longer for that clear to dry and it levels out, it self levels. That's probably the biggest reason why I like it. It self levels, it's easier to lay flat sooner. Also, the fact that it's 2K, it's 2 parts all the way through the paint job, rather than having that the binder is only a 1 part. It's not chemical resistant. It's not UV resistant. It's basically you're burying in a lot of base coat that could have been 2K clear coat that would have been a better option, in my opinion. Because then you're chemically hardening all of that material that the flake is suspended in, making it harden up rather than clear base coat's kind of still soft.
Someone asked where are we located?
We're in Hooper, Utah. If you don't know where that's at, we are pretty close, 30 miles away from Salt Lake City. Okay, that looks good. That looks really good. So I'm actually going to do this center one in purple as well, because I don't have any other colors offhand. So let's go ahead and do that in the purple. But let's take that up.
Someone said, I seen your Limeline brand top coat on Big Cartel. Would that work for mixing with the flake?
Yep. Yep. Perfect. That's exactly what you need. You mix that with the flake. You put 2 or 3 coats of the flake on. Let that tack up, and then you're going to put the regular clear coat with no flake. 2 to 3 coats of that over the top as you keep going. And then once that's all dry, 24 hours later, you can sand it, and then the surface will be, you sand that smooth. It's ready for graphics. Put down the graphics, lay down the color, pull your tape, clean it up, put it back into clear coat. If you need to do more work, once it's wait 24 hours, sand the clear coat with 600 grit or 800 grit, whatever you want to use, and do more artwork. These things aren't done in one. It's not like a one and done kind of a thing. Like you can literally do part of your graphics. By the end of the day, you can say, okay, I'm going to throw this into clear coat. And then by the morning, you can come in and you can scuff it down and you're ready to do your next layer of graphics. So it's just a way to kind of save things. It's a way to build up a layer because clear coat's really the only thing that's going to, unless obviously we're not talking about primers here because that's beforehand, but you know, we're putting down graphics. We're laying down a paint edge, like just like right here has a paint edge, and you're going to be able to see that paint edge and feel it within the first couple coats of clear coat. But if you were to, you know, hit it with the base coat, put your graphics down, at the end of the day, hit it with the clear coat, like I was saying, you cut it down, and then now all your edges are smooth, and you're able to do new graphics over the top without painting over graphic edges. That's, you know, it makes it look weird. So just so you know that you can always clear coat things and scuff it down and do more artwork on top. It's kind of like Photoshop. That's kind of how I compare it with the layers. You know, you do a certain amount of work and then you can kind of save it just by clear coating it. But yeah, hopefully that helps.
Someone asked, what do you think about dry flaking?
It's a big mess. It's a waste of material. It's hard to get on even. It creates a lot of texture. And I feel like it's easier to run it when you're clear coating it. And you definitely don't want to run the clear when you're flaking, because that's going to pull down all your flake. It's going to you're going to be able to see it. So yeah, a lot of reasons. I can't think of one reason why you wouldn't spray it.
And then someone said, did we get the freezing cold front and snow there too? They said it was like spring here in Boise, then wham, freezing cold again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was
I think
nice.
we got down here, not in the mountains. They said we got, I think, 9 inches in that 10-hour snowstorm. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It's freezing.
It snowed like it used to snow when we were kids.
Insane. Ryan says that he's from New York, and today was 33 to 60 and then back to 20.
Oh.
Ryan, we're going to head that way here in a couple months.
Yep.
Come visit New York. Check it out.
It's cold. I'm sick of the snow.
Yep, ready for some warm.
I don't care if it's, I just don't want no more snow.
So you want it to be cold still?
I don't want it to be cold, but I'd rather it just be rainy instead of so much damn snow all the time.
Okay, I think that's good enough.
W.
Wu-Tang.
That's what it looks like. Better wear a line hoodie out in New York. It's cold. Steve.
Also says he's in Georgia where all they get is freaking rain. That's true, because I did do a girls' trip to Georgia and it rained, but it was fun. We played in the rain.
Yeah, it pretty much rained the whole time you were out there, didn't it?
No, but a couple days, yeah. Maybe half the time it rained. Ryan asked, whereabouts in New York are we visiting the city?
Jersey, right? Are we flying into Jersey?
No.
No. I have no idea where we're going.
He thinks he knows.
We don't have a clue. Do we have a clue?
I have a couple things I want to do, but yeah, I don't know. We're still trying to decide what to do. I asked some people what we should do, and I got a couple things like the 9/11 memorial and some pizza places and some bagel places and of course a Broadway show and shopping.
It all sounds good.
Someone said, do you attend bike rallies?
You know what? I used to back when I needed the work, I guess. Because you can always find a lot of work from the bike rallies. But no, I go to car shows though.
We did a couple bike rallies. Like
Do we?
did the Junction one, where they had that outdoor band.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we do a few.
Yeah. If somebody puts it on that we know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's looking good. You can see a big difference there. There you go. You can kind of see where that purple is showing up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the edges of the 16th inch tape.
Someone said the yellow tape you're using, it's not pulling up the fresh paint. Is it special?
You shouldn't. If you're using the right. Oh, what the hell! I lost my dash again. If you're using the right base coats and you're prepping the parts correctly, you shouldn't have problems with any kind of tape at all. If your paint is pulling, then you probably have a problem, like I said, with your paint or the way you prepped it. Or if it's pulling off the primer, then something with the primers up. If you ever have something that pills, like people are like, I don't know what happened, like it just peeled the paint. Well, first thing you look at is what layer of paint gave way. Like, was it the base coat to primer? Was it the base coat to a different color of base coat? Was it your clear coat? Did you tape on top of clear coat that was too fresh and maybe too thin? Because like I said, you can clear coat this, come back tomorrow, sand it, scuff it down, the clear coat. You're not sanding into the paint itself. You're just scuffing down the clear coat to make the next layer adhere to it. And then, if you could have some problems maybe with adhesion from the clear coat to the base coat. But if you're using the right products, that shouldn't happen.
Ryan, that lives in New York, said, we'll come upstate when you're here and visit our race shop. You can do a tutorial here.
Oh, yeah, right on. As a race shop?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
And then someone said Bike Week is coming up, so that can run up some paint jobs for them. That does happen, huh? Someone said he's coming in late and he struggled with learning his vinyl cutter that makes stencils.
There, what was that?
Somebody said he's coming in late on the video, so he said, I've struggled with learning my vinyl cutter that makes stencils.
Yeah, what kind does he have?
What kind of stencil cutter?
Oh, maybe we'll use that. Okay. Trying to find a color that's going to work good with this.
AJ said something. You said on the topic, what do you recommend for bike painters? Are you asking like the vinyl maker, or what do you mean by
Yeah.
that?
What is it a Cricut?
No, I'm asking him to clarify.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I'm looking at colors here.
No, sorry.
I'm gonna use this color changing, shifting pearl that we have. I feel like that's gonna show up a little better over the white because I really want that Harley Davidson to show up right there in something a little bit different shade of what we already have as far as the graphic goes. All right, let's throw in. So this is the chameleon purple, blue, and red. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dust over our stencil right here.
Okay, so someone said, "What?" To clarify, he said, "What equipment do you recommend to cut stencils? I go to a sign shop and get help there."
I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
What equipment do you recommend to cut stencils? He goes to a sign shop.
Yeah. So if you want to rewatch this live, you can see how we cut that out with that Cricut Maker. So I would suggest the Cricut Maker 3. It comes with the software like we use to create these two stencils. And then you pretty much can cut anything you want. You just have to find the right images that'll work for what you're trying to do.
And the person that said they're struggling, they said that their file maker is called a Silhouette Cameo 4.
Okay. He's struggling with getting it to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but I have heard that still does work good. I would just say get familiar with whatever software the program comes with, and you should be able to.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's having a hard time learning it, but
Really, the design space is pretty easy.
maybe there's some YouTube videos or something he could watch on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what we did is watch some.
Yeah, it does. Like when I first started doing mine, there was a couple of things where I couldn't figure it out. Like I couldn't get it to connect to the Bluetooth and a bunch of other stuff, but stick with it because I know that will work. You probably just have to dig in a little more.
Then someone said, another leafing question. If the leaf lifted on me on a couple spots when I pulled the fine line tape, is that because I didn't spray enough sizing glue or waited too long to lay the leaf?
Well, it could have been either of those, but my suggestion is just like all the other leaf, you really shouldn't tape to it. You should definitely not tape to leaf itself. And it's risky to tape to leaf that's even been clear coated. So say like I did some leaf here and I went to tape over the clear and it's only been a day or so, you're running a risk that you're going to pull that up. You're asking a lot for that. So a general rule for all leaf is try not to tape on it. You know, protect it with masking paper rather than masking tape. Like if there was leaf around here, I would just tape around here and then I would run masking paper along the edges. That's kind of like what I'm going to do right now. Because we are going to, so that I might be able to answer your question right now because we are going to do a little bit of leafing in the middle of this barn shield right here. So we'll spice it up a little bit with a little bit of leaf.
What color?
Probably silver. We could even throw some candy on it too if we wanted. Some candy blue, candy purple. I have candy purple already mixed up. So let's do that. Let's do silver leaf with candy purple over the top. So that way you kind of see something a little bit different than what we've been doing usually.
He said it was from laying a pinstripe. For example, if you put leaf on that Harley logo, when I took the tape off around, some lifted on the edges.
Yeah, you may have waited too long, or it could have been just not quite enough glue in that area.
He said he'll stick around and watch.
Okay, so we have the sizing glue here. We're going to, actually this is already, so we want to mix this 50-50 with water. Get the airbrush cleaned out.
Someone said I got 90 blank skate decks to paint metal flake. I got frustrated. Maybe I didn't find the right tutorial. You probably have I know you have tutorials on how to metal flake out there on your channel somewhere.
Yeah, the metal flake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we just did one like 2 weeks ago.
I know we did a lot. Yeah, when you were in the paint booth and everything.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, check them out. Look, I'm not sure if you know what picture, which one it is to tell them, but
It's one that says metal flake. Okay, so I have the sizing glue mixed 50-50. Now let me show you something. If you're going to spray it like this, see how it's beating up right there? You see that? That's what you not
no.
do.
Oh wait.
Yeah, you can see that. See how it's beaten up? Yep. Just like here, I'll see how like it bunches up when it gets really wet. That's what you want to prevent doing here. You don't want to create that texture. You're wanting to lay this stuff down to where it's thin and smooth. See, like I'm putting it down right here, but it's drying fast enough that it's tacking up without it getting wet and beating up together. You definitely don't want that because what the texture is going to transfer into your leafing. So we're going to go ahead and just dust this on. Make sure we get our edges. Okay, let that sit for just a minute, a second or two. Yep, already getting tacky. Do another one. tacky. I'm gonna get my leaf ready so when we do the last coat, I'll be all set up.
That black and white reminds me of the old Garth Brooks CD, or where how he wore black and white on that.
No, I didn't really watch that.
Watch it.
I don't know.
How do you watch a CD?
I thought maybe
It's
that's
music, homie.
Well, how are you knowing what he's wearing? Oh, because it's on the cover?
Oh, come on. Did you forget what a CD looks like already?
I guess so.
Oh my gosh. Watch it. Oh, good Lord.
All right, so here we go. Enough of making fun of me. We have the silver leaf right here. And that's by the Lime line as well. Do the last coat.
Someone said it was cold and I was clearing a BMX helmet and laid it on kind of thick. 0 runs, but got 2 to 3 teardrop drips off the bottom lip edge of the helmet. Just sand those down and buff? ? Is it salvageable?
Yeah, you sound like you're okay. Yep. Yeah, you could sand it. Usually when I get any kind of runs in anything, I'll sand it down and I'll re-clear it again. Because I hate to sand and polish out runs. I would rather spend the time and just re-clear it. All right, let's see if we can lay this down in one sheet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Larry said it's the Chase album, and it is. See? Picture.
Oh, it does look like it.
That's a CD.
I think I remember seeing
Welcome back. It's not something you watch. It's you listen to it. Yes, it's a classic and good one. Got to pull out my CDs and remind him what it is.
This is a CD. Oh, yeah.
I love CDs. Someone said, oh, man, I still have some vinyl records and 8-tracks laying around. Yeah, those are cool too.
I'm going to make sure we get those edges really good. So here's one thing. You can see that center line right there. That's the paint edge between the black and the white. I knew that was going to happen because anytime you do any kind of graphics or leafing on top of any kind of a paint edge like that, you're going to be able to see it. So if this was like a real life scenario where this would be a paint job, the graphics would get cleared over and that paint edge would be getting taken care of before the graphics go over the top of that edge. And we'll see that go through any graphic that goes through that paint edge, you're going to be able to see. So that'll give you a good idea of why you would coat your projects more than once with clear coat, top coat.
The guy that was asking me about the leafing stuff, he says he thinks the issue is he waited too long to put the leaf down.
Yeah, and that's most people's problem because if you're used to the traditional method, they're waiting like a half an hour. And how long did I wait? Maybe 25 seconds.
Yeah, not that.
Pretty quick. You just get right on it. The only rule really, as far as it being too tacky, is if it strings up when you push on it and it like is stringy, but if it's just tacky and it's taking a tack, you're good to go. That's the time.
Brian sent me a $10 super chat and said, thanks for the videos. all the valuable info. He said it's not much, but maybe it'll buy you a couple drinks when you're in New York.
Yeah, right on.
That's the guy from New York.
Oh, really? Badass. Appreciate that.
Brian, you should get on Instagram and DM him some information so that we can see if we're around where you're at. So message him and let us know where we're at.
All right, last bit here. Pull off the tape. We'll give this a quick spin.
Austin, Nirvana. That's good. Austin said he's a 95 baby. He grew up listening to a lot of 90s alternative and metal. He said the other day he was on classic rock, listening to 70s, 80s, and they played Nirvana on the station. I don't know how to feel. Oh, are you saying because they played Nirvana on the 70s and 80s, so you felt like off, or because it was just Nirvana in general?
Yeah, well, it's an oldie. Is that an oldies? Is that a legit
Nirvana's
oldies?
not 70s or 80s, though.
Well, it doesn't mean it's not considered oldies anymore.
No, Mr. C says he's a 60s child. I like 60s music, too. 70s, I have a whole playlist of that. Not CDs, but I should. Someone said you just did one layer of leaf?
Yeah, I'm just going to do one layer on this. Yeah, you can do 2 layers. It'll put a base layer down. It's not necessary. On a paying job, you would definitely want to do that. You're going to get cleaner edges and less burn through. But, you know, as you do more of these, you need less of the safety net, I feel, of 2 layers. This can be kind of a different look because, you know, I can see it from this angle that I still have that edge there, but it's just kind of ghosted from the, because it's the pearl over the white. See, that's why I should be using the plastic blade.
Yeah.
It kind of cut it a little bit right there.
Someone said, do I have to wait a certain time to put the second leaf down?
No, you would once the first layer of leaf is down, you would go with the second layer right over the top. Same rules.
When do you use the roller?
A what? A roller? A roller. Yes. I could have used the roller here. I couldn't find it. When the hell is it at?
You could have asked.
I was gonna
looked
grab it.
around.
I was gonna grab it. I couldn't find it.
Oh, so he skipped a step here.
I skipped a step, but we got away with it. All right, let's go ahead and brush this. It's kind of a different looking piece here because the edge kind of disappears. Here you can see. Yeah, you know, that's all right. You can see that how the reflection changes in there, the difference between the white and the black. Let's go ahead and spin this real quick.
Somebody said, is it safe to use the same airbrush for glue and paint, or should I have a separate airbrush for the glue?
Unless you really like cleaning your airbrush a lot, I would just get a separate airbrush for your glue. But it's not too bad. I use the same one, but sometimes I wish I had a separate one. But, you know, just got to clean it afterwards. All right, this is the new style spinner. There's a couple of upgrades. If you have the old style, it's still going to work just as good. But the new style of spinner, there is the knurling that's done on this right here. The stylizing is a little bit different. We did go with the thinner pad, and we're going with the 5000 grip. And that's how you buy these. So when you buy these through Limeline, they're going to come like this now with a little bit thinner pad. I feel like you have more control. And with the thicker pad, sometimes the spin kind of like gets a little bit oblong, if that makes sense. Because really, the better you spin and the tighter you spin where it stays in one spot, the better it's going to look. So
Someone said, do you prefer to dab on the leaf like you did or prefer to use the roller? You do both.
I usually do both, yeah. But you know, not all the time is it necessary. If I was doing the big strips, I would use the roller. But this being such a small area, that was good enough that I was kind of just dabbing that and making sure that I was pushing the leaf into the edges here. So okay, let's go ahead and spin this and see. Yeah, that looks good. Uh-oh. Getting blurry? Oh.
An hour, 30 minutes. I told you, I don't know if it gets, I don't know, it gets anxiety after an hour and a half. I don't know. It doesn't
Well, we're
work.
almost done here. We're going to spin this.
No, because it's at the end and it's all weird. It's so annoying.
Okay, that's it.
Someone said, do the spinners come in different sizes?
Just the 1 inch size for right now, but we are working on different spinners that's going to have interchangeable heads on them, so you'd be able to do the 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch as well. But you can see that spin on that looks phenomenal. It looks really good.
Maybe it kind of stopped lagging now.
Okay, good.
Speed
Should we
up.
reenact that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. All right, so yeah, you can kind of see the oh, we got to pull off this stencil right here. I was like, something doesn't look right. Yeah, see, I should be using one of the plastic blades. Like I'm cutting into those two spots. Well, I'm on my last 2 pieces, and I cut it in 3 different spots.
Oh, no.
More than 4 spots now. 5 spots.
Okay, someone said, okay, same question, kind of. If I have an acrylic paint airbrush, can I use it for both water-based paint and the glue, or is it still a good idea to have a separate brush for the glue?
Separate brush for the glue would still be a better idea on that. See, that's why you want to use the plastic blades on that. It said something.
Shoot.
Same with right there on that D and the A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots. So if you use the plastic blades, like I should be doing, then you wouldn't have
It'd save your bacon.
Yeah. Also, the reason why that's happening is because we are painting directly on top of base coat rather than base coat that's been clear coated and sanded, because it doesn't have that layer of protection. It's very fragile.
Turn the white to the side a little so we can see it again.
Yeah.
Up, yeah. You can see the difference there. Do that to the black side. Looks cool.
Yep. All right. That's it. Any more questions? Is that it?
I don't know.
All right, that's it.
I don't see anything.
All right, everybody. We will see you hopefully next Thursday. I'll check in when we're down at Autorama down in Salt Lake. And if you happen to be in Salt Lake next weekend, or if you're around this area, come down Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, which is the 3rd, 4th, or 5th next weekend. What is it called? South Valley
Southtown Expo Center.
It used to be formerly known as the Southtown Expo Center, but now I think it's called the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy, Utah. We'll be set up with a booth there. We'll be able to talk. We'll have some training, some stuff going on. You're going to be able to tape on some stuff. If you say something like you've seen our lives, I'll probably end up giving you some free stuff. So come down.
Yeah, I like it. That's cool.
Yeah, just say, hey, I watch your lives. And that's all you gotta say. Then I'll look it up.
Someone said, I'm going to see you Friday there.
All right.
Let's see if there's any questions real quick. Someone said, if there was clear over the panel before the leaf was applied, would the marks from the spin be as noticeable?
It'd be the same. No difference.
Yeah, right on, guys. Thanks for being here, and maybe we'll see you next Thursday.
All right. See you guys.
Bye. Everyone have a good night, good weekend.